What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you saw my last video, did Trent Palmer sell me a lemon? You saw that I had a pretty bad engine problem. I also jokingly implied that it was Trent's fault. And I made it pretty darn clear that I don't blame Trent.
Dave, we've flown together in now your Freedom Fox.
Yes.
And there's a long story about why it's not here. It's a sensitive subject. Watch his channel, go follow Dave so you know why.
I also tried to make the point that you should always get a pre-buy. Now maybe those 2 points got confused in the edit, but I certainly don't blame Trent for any of it. All of my issues started after my condition inspection. The condition inspection itself came out perfectly clean, which is what a pre-buy would have found. Here's what really happened and what we've found since.
for Alpha, Tri-Cities ground, runway 21 left, taxi via Echo Alpha.
Echo Alpha, 21 left, 9 for Alpha.
Once I was grounded, there was no point in sticking around in Washington, so I threw my bags and jumped in with Brett, and we headed north to meet up with Trent to continue on to Alaska. That'll be a future video. About a week later, I jumped on a commercial flight from Anchorage back to Tri-Cities and met up with Hal Stockman. Yep, the legend himself. Looks like Hal just landed. Hal and Clint from Badlands had an extra 915 IS, so Hal threw it in a plane and flew up to Tri-Cities to meet me. I mean, seriously, who does that? Hal, if you're watching this, you're a beast. Thank you, man. How was the flight?
Good.
Yeah? Man,
yeah.
Hard to believe an engine just kind of fits in the back seat.
Yeah.
All right, well, my new engine is here. Got a new, well, not a new, but a new to me, Rotax 915 that we're going to swap out for this one. We can get this thing up in the air. All right, we're about an hour and a half in and stripped down pretty good. About to take the old engine off, but I need a bigger lift.
You know what happened? The guy that put it on did not line this gear up, and he poured it on and broke that gear off. I will guarantee it. The chances are it'll need a crankshaft too, with that much metal going through it. But see, that gear was not lined up quite. You gotta take this plate off and jiggle it.
Well, some pretty disturbing findings. I want to say a quick thank you to everybody that watched, commented, and shared your thoughts. Some of y'all were super supportive, and some of y'all had some pretty strong opinions, but I love it. This is the United States of America. We can say whatever the hell we want.
Gearboxes don't have this gear. So if you put a lot of these gearboxes on, you didn't worry about it, it probably went on and stopped. So he just took the bolts and pulled it in and it broke that gear off, and now it's down here rattling around. And
oh wow.
I sold 2 of these gears to guys in the last couple years. They hear a pop and they realize something is wrong. They pull it out and they didn't run it. So they bought a new gear and put it in. Then they take the cover off and make sure it lines up. But yeah, you got to take the cover off and
line it. Yeah. Wow. So this was in the assembly when this engine was overhauled?
No, when they did the gearbox here.
Oh, okay. And how many hours has it run?
40.
40? Wow, like this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, I almost died.
I'm surprised that when one of those teeth came off, it didn't come back around and just blow the whole gearbox off the top.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a testament to some good engineering.
And materials too.
So during my condition inspection, we pulled off the gearbox and sent it off to be inspected. It was due for the 600-hour inspection. We got it back and we put it back on. And one thing that we've learned after the fact is there's an accessory drive gear at the top of the gearbox that when you slide that gearbox on, it feels like it seats, but what you really have to do is take off the backing plate and make sure that that drive gear lines up with the rest of the gears. Because if you just crank it on, you're going to crack that gear. And that's exactly what happened in this situation. But think about that, guys. Metal flowing through your engine. That should have been game over. But I have to give credit where credit is due. I flew 41 hours on that engine after the condition inspection. In and out of backcountry strips, over the Rocky Mountains, over the Sierras, over some stuff in Utah, over Crater Lake, and it just kept running. That's a huge testament to the durability and the resilience of this engine. It wasn't pretty, but it held on. Well, it's day 2 and we're back at it. We got the old engine off yesterday, putting the new engine on today, and with any luck, by early afternoon we should be doing some flight testing, so let's get to it. With Hal's help, started at 2 o'clock yesterday. It is now shortly after 3 o'clock. We worked till 5 yesterday, got started again this morning at about 8 o'clock, and we got a new engine put on. So we're gonna start it up and see how well it works. Well, we got it all put back together, guys. Hal?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Can't believe we did this in a day and a half.
Right.
Put a new engine on. And with your help, with the space, the tools, everything you guys did, really appreciate it. What do you think? Everything good?
Yeah, I think we'll go test fly it, beat it up, but everything looks good. No leaks, no runs, no errors.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you guys for identifying the issue and seeing how bad it was. And all the help you guys have provided, man. I really appreciate it, guys.
Hey,
Thank you guys. Your service here is incredible. You guys have been incredibly helpful, letting us use the hangar and all the tools and all that good stuff. So, if you guys are ever in the area, go see these guys at Bergstrom Aircraft. Well, happy 4th of July. We are up here early, trying to get Hal back home. So we're gonna take off the cowling, make sure there are no leaks, make sure everything's working, and then I may go for a little flight.
When I wake up in the morning, drinking coffee on my balcony, trees are dancing to the whistle of the wind. Lord, I'm thankful for everything. When it's dark, light my way. Bless my heart, Lord, bless my day. I had a hard time, but you've always been around. Please don't leave me, Lord, stay around. From the cradle to the grave, you give me everything. I've got it all. Your light is shining, and I'm thankful every day. Lord, I'm thankful for everything. From the cradle to the grave, you give me everything. I've got it all. Your light is shining, and I'm thankful every day. Lord, I'm thankful for everything. Lord, I'm thankful for everything. Lord, I'm thankful for everything.
I appreciate y'all sticking around for this saga. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And with that, guys, I'm going to close out the video here. Like if you do, subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you on the next one. What's up, guys? It's the week we've all been waiting for. Oshkosh, or AirVenture, starts tomorrow, and it is bright and early. Unfortunately, due to some logistical issues, I will not be flying the Freedom Fox into Oshkosh, but I have the next best thing. The Liberty Fox will be in the Sun and Fun booth. You guys come check this thing out. Kenny Wilson did an amazing job building this thing, painting this thing. It looks fantastic. So come check it out. I will be flying in today in a Kitfox 7 STI, also an amazing plane. It'll either be in the Kitfox booth or the Rotax booth, but you guys come check them out. It's pretty sweet.